How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another Discover Wellness with Dr. David. We're here with my friend Ryan, and we're going to be jumping into avoiding blue light today and the importance of that and ways to get better sleep as well. So, without further ado, Ryan, what is so bad about blue light, and why should we avoid it after the sun goes down?
Right. Well, David, once again, obviously, thank you for having me. Whenever you look at the whole light spectrum, you've got blue light on one end and you've got red light on the other. To put that in perspective, red light is going to be like your fire, your candles. If you have a pink Himalayan salt lamp, that's technically red as well. And then, most importantly, your sunlight. That's why around sunset and sunrise, there's much more red light available. That's why you see the sunset in the clouds. But that's what you really want to focus on getting. So start there. It's even before you even think about avoiding blue light, which is nearly impossible in the world we live in. Start with focusing on getting sunlight. That's going to counteract any of the negative effects of blue light, which I'm about to go forward and mention. But start with sunlight in the mornings if you can, and if you have to in the afternoons. And just 20 minutes a day is all I ask. And the more skin you have showing, the more vitamin D you absorb. So it's a win-win. But blue light is just the other end of the spectrum that is known to actually harm every bit of your eyes. I believe your corneas and the iris and a few other things. So you definitely don't want it, and keep in mind that goes to your brain as well. So blue light is actually shown to give us a dopamine hit. So that's why we're even more so addicted now than ever to our screens. So not only is it wreaking havoc on your eyes and your nervous system, but also your sleep. Whenever you have that, that's why if you find that if you're looking at your TV, your laptop, your cell phones before you go to bed, you have a harder time falling asleep. It takes a good bit longer. And so that's the number one thing that you want to avoid before bed is blue light. That's why you probably heard put down the phone 2 hours before bed, turn off all the screens, light a candle. And I'm for all those things. Those are fantastic, but I understand it's the real world. You gotta be on your phone sometimes. There's a lot of things going on, and it's just an easy way to relax sometimes. I get it. But for someone like me, it's that I'm staring at a screen most of the day. So that's where we bring out these right here, which his are a little bit fancier than mine, which I recommend his over mine for sure. But if you can get you some blue light glasses, they're the most important things you can have, especially anytime after 8 o'clock. So it's just a good rule of thumb. But really throughout the entire day as well. If you're someone who's working inside, especially with remote work going on right now, it's a very good investment to make. And I'd recommend, if you can, I don't know, I haven't seen the studies, but I'd recommend one that's, a little bit more expensive that you can tell is put in the work. It's not just something to rip you off at a Walmart or something, Just think about that. But yeah, so avoiding blue light and not avoiding red light is the key. That's why you can see his glasses are red. It kind of puts a red tint on it. You can get even red LED lights in your room if you really want to. That's something I recommend before bed, and you'll find that it makes you much more tired, and you'll fall asleep much faster. And that's on top of that. I think it's very healthy for your nervous system, your dopamine receptors more specifically. But yeah, that's the gist of it. But more so going into what I want to talk about was just optimizing your sleep. That's number one is the light.
Something that I noticed was that the light didn't stop after I turned all the lights off, so to speak. So I realized that there's my alarm clock. There's just different various objects in my room that produce light, 24 hours a day. And it was, and where I was living at the time, there was a street light right outside the window, and it shined through the blinds enough to where it, after I got a sleep mask off of Amazon called Alaska Bear Sleep Mask, and we're not sponsored by them. But I've personally used that now for over a year, and it's greatly improved my quality of sleep, just blocking out all of the light entirely. It's a silk pad, basically, and it just goes on your face and it blocks out all the light. And when you wake up in the middle of the night and, or sometimes if you have to pee or something like that, and you take off the mask and you see how much light really is in that room, even though it seems so dark when you first turn the lights off, just because your eyes have now adjusted to that low light level, you're like, oh my God, there's so much light in here. But also, melatonin production is screwed up by blue light because leptin and ghrelin, your hunger hormones, are activated, and it's an excitatory mechanism that your body uses to let you know that it's morning and it's time to get your ass out of bed and go hit the day because there's blue light out, which means that the sun's out. But at night, that's not what you want your body to be doing. And so, like you said, that's so important to do that. So, if you can't, stop from using your phone before bed, something you can do is you can turn your whole phone screen red. There's an accessibility setting if you have an iPhone where you can go turn the color intensity all the way to red. My friend Ryan here, he uses grayscale. So there's multiple options for you to cut down some of the blue light on your phone. And something that I use before bed as well, L-theanine. And so that slows your heart rate down, reduces the effects of any caffeine that you've taken throughout the day previously. So if you had a coffee at noon, since it has a half-life of 6 hours, at midnight you're still as if you've had just a quarter cup of coffee at that point, because at 6 p.m. it's as if you've had half of a cup. Half-life of 6 hours, another 6 hours, you're at a quarter cup. So it's as if you take a quarter shot of coffee, Starbucks coffee, right before you go to bed at midnight if you're drinking it at noon. And so the earlier the better with caffeine.
Exactly. I wish I would have told myself that a few hours ago. I knew better, but
It happens. Hey, life happens, and so it's all about just doing the best with what you can. And so knowledge is power, and so if you can utilize these good strategies the majority of the time, then you'll be buying yourself a little bit more wiggle room, so to speak, if you're have to utilize those measures on days where you need it.
exactly. Couldn't say it better.
Awesome. Well, just to summarize, what would you say are the things that we can do, just in quick bullet points, of ways that we can reduce our sleep, or not reduce our sleep, but improve our sleep?
Right. First one, get more sunlight and avoid blue light. Whether it's blue light blockers, grayscale, the red scale, whatever that is. Second thing, I think the easiest for people would be to combine the magnesium glycinate and the L-theanine together to promote that GABA production I was talking about and calm down their nervous systems and their muscles as well too. And that will actually produce a sleep that is much. You won't wake up groggy like melatonin, but it'll be much more restorative. And so melatonin looks to get in the morning. Those are the main two right there on their own. But I also recommend either breathing techniques or meditation. That's also fantastic, proven to work. It's free, so why not give it a try? Another thing is exercise. During the day, yes, your body will be tired. Work hard throughout the day. You'll want to go to bed. That's about it. Those are keep it simple. Stay hydrated. Get more sunlight.
Awesome. And then get blue light glasses at night if you're going to be around lights, and it'll help you sleep better as well. And if you're working at computers too, at night, definitely get the ones like he has. That'll help your eyes if you're working on the computer. Or mine will help even more, but it can make it hard to see if you're a graphic designer. I wouldn't recommend it. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining in. Have an awesome rest of your day, and leave in the comments down below what are the things that impede your sleep the most, and tips that'll be helpful for anybody else that may be struggling to get a good night's sleep. And let us know what you think of the video below. Thank you. Have a great day.